June 9th, 2026, Carmelo Anthony was convicted of first-degree murder, and subsequently in the same day of the verdict was issued a 35-year sentence. Now here in Black YouTube, this is a very popular topic, and even if I'm making videos on anything else, people are commenting about the case. And that
Why did he cut his hair? I thought they could have hair in prison now. Am I tripping? Why did he cut his hair?
brings me to this comment here. Anton Daniels has a new video up titled "Black Culture Failed Cyrus and Carmelo." Should be interesting.
I thought about reacting to it. Depending on what this video does, I might still react to that video. I think he's gonna go over that video though, so it wouldn't.
Not Anton Daniels being anti-black again.
Mr. Potato Head, yeah.
Got him! So I type in the video, and I had to check out what he was saying. So Anton Daniels doesn't create content like me. He just reacts to other people's original content on the internet. And that brings me to this point. He was reacting to a person that had an opinion on the Cyrus Carmack Belton case. And
secondly, why you in a stove taking water, putting it back? You looking suspicious.
I think I seen part of this one too. So you ain't never seen nobody take something out, look at the expiration date, put it back, take something out, look at the label, put it back, take it out, grab the one behind it and put the first one back. Take it out, look at it and be like, nah, I don't really want that. Put it back. Just because he's black, he's looking suspicious.
Are you stupid or something?
Come on.
Now I know a lot of people gonna say, well, the store owner and his son shouldn't have ran him down or chased him. Well, I think you gotta look into the laws that's out there.
Fuck that. How many times, bro? Anybody that's worked in security, anybody that's worked as an employee anywhere, what do they tell you? They tell you, do not give chase, call the police. I'm 99% sure most of these jobs are going to tell you that. Don't chase them over some stolen items. Talk to loss prevention. You're going to call the police, or they're going to call the police. Somebody's going to call the police. You do not chase somebody down. Why is it different depending on the state?
Here I come. Oh.
They tell you don't do that because you are putting your life in danger if you do that. You were doing it. Not somebody else. You were putting your life in danger when you pursue somebody that's willing to willing to risk their life over some dumb shit.
You are able to do that in those different states.
Now, while this guy was giving this commentary, did you guys notice Anton Daniels' facial and nodding expressions? He even rolled his eyes to the utmost corner as if this guy was speaking facts.
Gay!
Well, let's see if he was. The first thing the guy says, why you in the store putting back these bottles, making yourself look suspicious? That's the first argument. The issue with this is Cyrus Carmack Belton left his backpack at the counter. And it's very difficult to have 4 bottles of water on your person. It's very difficult to hide that. It's very difficult to steal that. I don't care if they're big water bottles or small water bottles. It's impossible to steal 4 when your bag is at the counter. So whether you felt that he was looking suspicious or not, the reality is,
hold on. She didn't feel weird or silly sitting here watching this boy grab some fucking water. It's water, bro. It's water. It's water. It's not like this boy was trying to take a bottle of cognac. He wasn't trying to take no beer. He wasn't trying to take no $20 little souvenirs they be trying to have in these places. All this shit is probably expired anyways. Look at the way this store look. This shit all probably expired anyways.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Yeah, come on now, it's water. You gonna kill them? Like, come on.
Is that Cyrus Carmack Belton didn't have the water bottles on him. The second point he would try to make is they can chase you in.
Look at him, man. Look at him. He thought he was tough shit. He thought he was tough shit chasing down a 14-year-old boy. Look at him. You can see it in his face.
Do it. Just do it.
He was like, oh, hell no. He ain't finna steal from me. Knowing damn like
different states.
Look at him. Look at him.
Let's say if this is true. You can chase somebody if they have actually stolen.
On top of that, he didn't even have the bag Like he didn't even have his bag when he had the water. He put the water back and grabbed his bag and left. She saw it. She was standing right there. So I'm confused right now.
Are you stupid or something?
I'm confused.
In the case of Cyrus Carmack Belton, they had no reason to chase him.
No reason.
Because they made a mistake. They thought he stole some water. He did not. The product was still there in the store. So now what you're talking about is that somebody looks suspicious, but that is subjective. Could he have been looking suspicious just because he was black?
Yep.
But the argument doesn't hold water. As you can see, the logic doesn't make sense. And that's the main reason why Anton Daniels selected this clip. However,
thirdly, what got the boy actually shot was because he had a gun on. He dropped the gun in the midst of running. And
no matter the age, right? Just because you're illegally carrying a firearm, anybody, you can illegally carry a firearm in a good amount of states in America still. So because you are illegally carrying a firearm, no matter your reasoning, you deserve to die. You deserve to get shot because you have a gun on you. Now it'd be different if they said you had the gun pointed at me. That's different, because somebody pointing a gun at me, I'm gonna do what I need to do as well. But he got shot in the back. Are we not putting 2 and 2 together? Like I'm
turned
confused.
around and pointed the gun. So bam, he ended up getting shot.
guys, did you just hear that?
Turned around
He said he's dropped the gun, pointed the gun, then bam, he got shot.
Not only that, he said he turned around and pointed the gun. How he get shot in the back? If he turned around, pointed the gun, and then got shot, that would mean he would have got shot front facing, right? He would have got shot in the front and not in the back, right?
Now, how much sense does that make? Can you be running fast, drop the gun, then point the gun that's dropped, and then get shot? It's impossible.
Especially if we're not talking about movies here. We're not talking about TikTok clips. No, we're talking about real life situations where you're running forward and you're trying to aim behind you. Come on now. You got to sit here and
want to know why? Because if somebody is running and they drop the gun, they have to decelerate, then stop, then take the time to either back up or lower themselves, pick up a gun, take the gun off of safety, try to aim at the target in order to shoot somebody. Now, according to what this guy was saying, none of that is humanly possible. But Anton Daniels cannot even understand that this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Anton, I used to watch a lot of Anton shit, and a lot of things that he said wasn't wrong. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't wrong up until this situation. Well, now, there's a couple situations before that, but this one for sure is kind of just I don't know what he on. I don't know what he on. He on some shit right now, because this shit don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. And Anton reminds me of the type of kid that was not treated right. He was bullied by people of his color, and now that he has the money that he has the money, now he's trying to shit on everybody. He wants everybody to know how they were wrong for treating him wrong, how, for not including him. Now he forced his way in with his money. You know what I'm saying? That's what he kind of remind me of, because this switch over to just, at first it was like, I'm just telling the truth, in which he was in a lot of situations, but now it turned into like, he really kissing some ass right now. And I don't
it's
know
just
why.
Complete bias. So how valuable does Anton Daniels believe that this guy's discussion is?
This is one of the rare black people that I've seen that had some kind of critical thinking skills.
Huh?
Crazy
that is
word.
Thinking outside of the narrative, thinking outside of the talking points.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Y'all are literally regurgitating what was said in the case. How are you talking outside of the talking points whenever you're verbatim saying everything that was said in the case?
Are you stupid or something?
That he had a gun and that he tried to point it at him. Critical thinking is saying, how did he point at him and still get shot in the back? Critical thinking is saying, why did you chase a man for 130 yards, longer than the length of a football field? Why did you chase him and still claim, like, how is that still fearing for your life? You know what I'm saying? That's where critical thinking comes in. You regurgitating exactly what the motherfucker said on the news and in the courtroom. That's not critical thinking. That's not talking outside of the talking points. You know what I'm saying? Am I tripping? Let me know in the comments if I'm tripping. Let me know. But I don't.
I'm assuming maybe he even watched a little bit of the trial so that he can get the details.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f- you think you is?
Stupid
Anton Daniels says, oh, he's a free thinker. He knows a lot about the case. He researched the case.
The guy is a freaking idiot.
He doesn't know anything that he's talking about. And that is the real point with guys who are just anti-black. They pick the dumbest people to react to. It's obvious that the guy has no level of academic intelligence. Clearly, we can understand that Anton has no level of academic intelligence because it shows. And it's just bigotry after bigotry after bigotry after bias after bias after bias.
At first, I promise you, I didn't see it like that, because certain things that he was saying, it sounded right. Not everything, but certain things that I agreed with, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But certain things he would say, you could tell, is because it seemed like he felt some type of way. He felt like he was hurt by something that was said, you know what I'm saying? And he started, you know how he get on his thing where I hired this many people and I make this much money and I don't worry, you know how he get. But I never thought he was that biased, but now I'm starting to see it's just like something changed, something clicked. He saw the amount of money he was getting from pandering and he said, oh, this is some nice money. He said, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing this, man. I'll lose the few followers, the few subscribers I got. I'll get some more.
Just to prove your point as to what you're talking to. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody is biased to their opinion, but this is complete bias to the point that it serves no real value to an audience that's clearly thinking and hearing what the person is talking about. Now, what this guy will try to do in talking about Cyrus Carmack Belton.
By the way, a 14-year-old child. Yes, he had a gun. Yes, he had a gun. How many times do we find kids with shit they shouldn't have? Come on now, that doesn't mean they deserve to die. On top of that, he's not allowed to drink. He's not allowed to smoke. He's not allowed to drive. He's not allowed to, no, he can drive. No, he can't drive. He can't drive. I think it's like 15 to get that permit, right? Yeah, he can't drive. He can't enlist in the military yet. Like, they can't even, they give him 35. I don't think he's even, or no, not him. They gave Carmelo. But he wouldn't even be able to get a life sentence in prison. I don't think he would. I don't think he'd be able to get a life sentence at this age. They would have him paroled and up until he reached 18, and then they bring him back to see what's up. But he wouldn't even be able to get a life sentence. And y'all think he deserved to die? Y'all think he deserved to die? Because that's what self-defense is. They deserve to die because of whatever they did. Murder is he didn't deserve to die. They killed him for no reason. Y'all saying he deserved to die because he fell and a gun fell out of his pocket. It was okay to shoot him in the back at that point. Crazy.
And also Carmelo Anthony, which is what Anton would try to put in the title, is that the reason why Cyrus Carmack Belton and Carmelo Anthony failed was because of this.
You know what we do promote? Sliding, gang banging, drug dealing, this whole mentality that these young women are teaching these little girls. That's what we pride. That's what we teach our kids. And we wonder why they be in these type of situations.
It's two different things, though. It's two different things. We got people in low vibration. We have low vibrational people that are doing dumb shit because of the media, and they're showcasing that as if that's all of us. That's not all of us. I don't know why dude had a gun. I don't know why he had a gun. Really don't. Couldn't tell you why. But there are multiple reasons that he could have. But if it was to cause harm, I believe he would have caused harm already. He looked like he was grabbing his shit and he was trying to go. He didn't steal. It was already proven that he did not steal. So what was the reasoning for the killing? What was the reasoning for the chase? Why did you chase him? He didn't steal shit. She could have seen that. Your racist ass mom, wife, whoever that was, she could have seen it. She was right behind the dude. She was watching him. She's watching him, watching every move. Like,
so let's examine this claim because it is important. All we promote, sliding, gang banging, drug dealing, the whole mentality of these young women are teaching these little girls. That's what we pride. That's what we teach our kids. Now, we can't say that for Carmelo.
Like the mafia isn't a thing. Like the cartels aren't a thing. Like the government isn't a thing. We're the only ones that promote being in a group and causing harm to other individuals. We're the only ones.
Well, Anthony, he was the captain for his high school football and track and field teams. He had a 3.7 GPA, which means that he was highly recruitable for college programs. Now, in the case of Cyrus Carmack Belton, yes, he does seem to be going down the wrong path, but neither of those things have anything to do as to why they died.
Exactly.
Cyrus Carmack Belton died largely because we really don't know how he died. He tried to flee the situation and somebody was chasing him that had no business chasing him.
Look at him, man. You can see it. Look at him. He looking for an issue. They were looking for. Look at him. They looking for a
pull
problem,
the gun out on
bro.
anybody in the store. And in the case of Carmelo Anthony,
and most people, as soon as he took off running, most people will run back in, call the police, and say, "This is the description of whoever just stole from my store." And then the police will go and try to find the person. Hey, let me look on your person and see if you had this. Hey, let me look at the tape. Because you can't say he tried to put water bottles in his bag when he didn't even have his bag on him. On top of that, you said he tried to take 3 to 4 fucking water bottles. How the hell did he fit 4 water bottles in there without you noticing that? How do you not see the 4 water bottles in his damn, that got me. In his hoodie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they let this man get away with murder, and it's crazy.
He got convicted largely because the prosecution was able to kind of show the world that maybe it wasn't self-defense as he said. But again, none of those things have anything to do with these outcomes for these young men. Running away from somebody who's accusing you of stealing water bottles, whether the person has a gun or not, is not the real reason why either of these things happen. And this is what a lot of these guys do. They try to conflate arguments that don't really belong in the timeline of what you're talking about, so they can come and just paint all black people with a, this kind of broad brush just to prove their point. And then to close out this argument, well,
for years I've been at the top of the mountaintop preaching this message. Everything that he says, there is not one thing, from the single mother households to the lack of accountability, the participation of fathers inside of the homes.
He's.
What does that have to do with this? So I'm trying to figure out what Cyrus did wrong other than having a gun on his person, which if he wasn't chased down, we would have never known. If he wasn't pursued, it wouldn't have even came out he had a gun. It would have been one of them cases where he got stopped by the police. They would have found a gun on him. Yeah, he probably would have got charges for that, but he wouldn't have gotten charges for stealing a water bottle. He wouldn't have got charged for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the gun thing would have happened, how that would have been handled. But at the end of the day, he most likely would not have been shot in the back if they didn't pursue him for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with training. Now, training, yes. Why do you have a gun on you? You don't know why he has a gun on him. Most people in America have a gun on them. We just have an age limit. But these kids aren't safe. These kids are not safe. Our women and children are not safe. There are women and children that are being targeted left and right. That's just what it is. Whether he's into something or not, he has a right to protect himself. That's how I feel. Now, age limit, he should not have a gun at 14. That's just what it is, but you don't know why he has one. Either way, we wouldn't have known he had a gun if they wouldn't chased him 130 yards and then shot him in the back. He fell, and that's the only reason why the gun came out. If he wouldn't have fell, if he wasn't being chased, the gun would have never been a thing.
Been telling everybody the culture is trash. And that's pretty much the antidote. The culture is trash.
Which
Carmelo
is.
Anthony,
I
one
agree
of the
with that.
reasons why he killed somebody, the culture is trash. Cyrus Carmack Belton, he was killed.
I've never seen that picture before. That man is holding.
Carmelo Anthony,
That's crazy. I'd never seen this picture. Hey, he like guns.
one of the reasons why he killed
ain't shoot
somebody,
nobody, though.
the culture is trash. Cyrus Carmack Belton, he was
That's even-
killed
that's if that
because the
even
culture
real.
is trash. You need to go head on and fix yourself because the culture is trash. Well, let me just tell you this. While the black community does have very many problems, people
Yes.
go to jail for stuff like this every day. I
Yep.
mean, the Menendez brothers, even though that was something different, they killed their parents. I mean, in a good situation, you know, living amongst millionaires, and they did it. You have people all the time of different races that make some of the dumbest mistakes.
the time.
You want to know what happens? People make mistakes when they're young. Despite the fact that they're black or white or Asian or Hispanic, things happen in life. People do it all the time. Cyrus Carmack Belton or Carmelo Anthony, they won't be the first person to make a mistake. They won't be the last person to make a mistake.
Yep.
But what gets me is that some of these conservative YouTubers will just pick anything to prove their point, even when the information that they're using is completely biased,
That
has no
selective
bearing
hearing shit.
on the argument. Here's my criticism for the people who say the culture is so trash. And you have a problem with the culture is so trash, obviously bothers you. What do you want to do about it?
See, nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that because it's one of those things where you have people that are speaking out on it. Like I will speak on it. I don't like the way our culture is going for us as black people. I don't like what we're doing. I don't like what we're being pushed to represent, being made to represent, because a lot of us aren't like that. That's a small demographic of our community, but they make it seem like that's the majority. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you can realistically do other than keep talking about it and trying to get people to understand that we got to change how we treat each other before we can pinpoint and point fingers at others. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But there's nothing that all we can do is speak on it. All you can do is speak on it, because it's either you're going to talk to somebody or you're going to force somebody, and they're trying to force people to do what they want to do. I don't think black people should do that. I think black people should want to choose better. I think that we naturally do want to choose better, but we've been tainted by,
I mean, it bothers you. It's a slogan. It's something that you feel needs to change. Well, then we should ask Anton Daniels. Anton, with all of the money and all of the opportunity that you have right now in
What you
Detroit,
gonna do about it?
well, how can you help fix the culture? I mean, you are a bag chaser. I mean, you have all of this money, you have all of this opportunity, you live in Detroit. Well, then can't you help fix the culture? And then whenever you ask somebody like him a question like this, well then, what are you gonna hear?
It's a hard question.
Exactly.
Granted, that's a hard thing to answer. It's just like, what can he do? What can he do? You know, he can try to do fundraisers. Those fundraisers, I feel personally don't ever do nothing. But you can fundraisers. I mean, shit. Try to get donations. No, you don't need donations. You got money. Put your money towards. I don't know, because if he fuck with the schools, if he rebuild schools and try to get them better books and stuff, they can't read and they can't write. A lot of this training starts at home, and a lot of the home training is done by the internet. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. You can't. The internet is undefeated, and the internet is raising our children now. It's raising our culture. It's driving our culture in the direction it is, from the actors, actresses, to the musicians, especially in our culture. They're seen as the leaders for some fucking reason, and people want to follow them.
You're gonna hear crickets, because it's a whole monetization system based on being disingenuous and not telling the truth and just completely lying all the time, just so that you can make a few dollars. And the one thing that we gotta kind of understand here is that despite the fact that you may not like,
Look at that. That's sad, bro. You could tell that she don't like her life. She hated life. Most people, from what I learned, they don't like America. They just like the benefits of America. They would rather still be home with American money. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been hearing. And you could tell she's just an unhappy soul. Like her soul is just so fucking unhappy. And I feel bad. I feel bad for her ass.
Cyrus, Carmack Belton, or you may think that Carmelo Anthony is guilty. It's a horrible thing that he's gonna go to jail and do a lot of years. And it's also a horrible thing about what happened to Mr. Austin Metcalf and that loss of life. We do gotta understand that when you paint somebody with a broad brush, it affects their families too, especially families who raised the kid that probably made a bad mistake. We've all made mistakes. And I'm not denying that the black community has a long way to go, but it's one thing to have a long way to go and then being disingenuous about the road that you gotta go. That's just lying. That's
acting like certain things aren't true, like certain things didn't happen. He's one of the motherfuckers that would literally be, as soon as they find a way to erase slavery from the history books, he would be one of the black people knowing the truth, be like, slavery didn't happen. He would be one of those people.
It's not telling the truth. And that's just not fair. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea.
Yeah, man. This Carmelo shit is crazy, man. Free Carmelo, bro. I just feel like, I'm gonna keep saying this, at the worst, it should have been manslaughter. Murder shouldn't have been on the table. Murder should not have been on the fucking table. That's just ridiculous, man. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all have a good one.
I need a bitch to ride for me.